wait, hold on. I just want to make sure we're good before I go live. All right. I think we are actually live now on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody who's here from the Discord. We appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out with us on this lovely Tuesday at 4 p.m. like we do every day. It's me and Christina. Again, we're talking about building an audience this time. How do you build an audience that you can monetize? Because that's the goal for every creator. It's how can I turn my passion, my hobby into, some dollars that I can, run with full time. I'll introduce myself and then allow Christina, lovely Christina, to introduce herself. As you can see, we're here every Tuesday. And I already see some people in the chat. Welcome, Senpai, a face hidden in time. What's up? Thank you guys for being here. I'm Kevin, the Discord community manager. I'm here to make sure that everything Discord related, whether it's tips, tricks, feedback, having to do with our Infuse app, anything that any creator needs to build and monetize their audience, I'm here for. I'm finding resources, I'm putting them together, like these Tuesday sessions with Christina, and then bringing you amazing people like Christina so that you're getting a ton of the feedback, a ton of the tips and the tricks that you're looking for. So I'll pass it on to Christina.
Thanks, Kev. So yeah, like he mentioned, right? What an intro. Christina Coglin. So I head up influencer strategy for Infuse, and exactly what he mentioned. We're here to help support with any resources, helpful information, questions, goal setting, anything that we can help our creators grow and monetize their accounts. Literally, that is what we're here for. So if you have any feedback about the session or any additional content you want in future sessions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. But super excited to be here.
Exactly. So we are gonna get into it um as soon as I get back to it. So how to build an audience that you can monetize. Um we're gonna make this super sweet, super simple, straight to the point. And these are the two main tips that we're really gonna help you with. We want to help you understand the different traffic sources that are going to your page, whether it's your YouTube channel, your TikTok channel, your Twitch channel, and then give you three actionable tips to make sure that you're building a community and not what we've seen a lot of people doing, which is building a following. So I'll get into that a little bit in the future, but I really want everyone to understand this main concept. And the creators that get it, and the creators that don't will lose. And it's that all content that you make, yes, yeah, I tried to be a little relevant there, but all content that you make doesn't have the same effect on your channel as you may think it has. There's really two main types of content that you pretty much make for your page. And every big creator kind of knows this and builds with this intention in mind. And these are the two types of traffic that come to your page at all time. And I'm going to go into a little bit more. You see the little cutout right there. Drop any questions you may have in the YouTube chat. But there's traffic driving content and then there's brand building content. Those are the two pretty much main traffic sources at all times going to your page. They both culminate, traffic content, your traffic driving content might get you a million views or, 500 followers, and brand building content might give you another 100,000 followers on top of that. Not one, I mean, obviously traffic leads to more followers than brand building, but they both culminate that to what is your subscriber number, your follower number. But again, these are the two main traffic sources. And so I'm going to break down by traffic source how these affect your channel. So traffic driving content is just a viral content that you make. Anytime a creator makes a video and it goes viral, that's what we consider traffic driving content. This is just content that exposes you to new audiences. It gets you in front of new fresh faces who don't know you. And the goal with this type of content is to convert these people into fans. You don't want somebody just seeing your content, having a giggle, having a laugh, slap on the knee, and then go over to the next creator. You want them to turn into your fan. You want them to binge watch the rest of your content. You want them to know about you. You want them to watch your brand driving content. But this is a very important facet of your content. It is really traffic driving content. And the creator there's and I think this is kind of the place where a lot of creators get stuck, and they go, I have 1 million followers, but I can't sell a t-shirt. And it's because you've been doing a lot of traffic driving content, a lot of flooding people to your page with this content that's viral and gets people to watch, but none of those followers have turned into fans. Christina, what do you think about that? Any advice you'd want to add? Any additions?
Yeah, it's and the whole fan base thing, it's something people talk about, but it's so important because you can have traffic, you can have followers, but at the end of the day, building up that sense of community and building up that fan base is absolutely how you monetize, right? Because they're the ones that are going to take actions from you, they're the ones that are going to engage with you. And that's exactly what, whether it's brand partnerships, whether it's through the creator funds of these social media platforms, it's like that's what they're all looking for, is a really loyal fan base.
Exactly. Already seeing some questions come into the YouTube chat. Love it, love it, love it. We're gonna answer your questions in the Q&A at the end. Please drop more questions as you have them. Take notes, whatever you want to, whatever you got to do to get this knowledge, because it's super important. So I'm gonna get into the next source of traffic to your page, and that is brand building content. So first, you have the traffic driving content, the content that floods a ton of people to your space, and then they look around and they want to know more about what's going on here. And this is what that content is for. This content helps you build a connection with your audience. And the goal for this content, like Christina said before, is to convert these fans into advocates. These are going to be the people that buy a t-shirt from you, that buy a concert ticket from you, that engage with a brand deal you might run. And all in all, at the end of the day, help you monetize, go full time, continue to make this your full time, gig. So this is a very important piece of content. I think a lot of creators forget or forego this piece of content because they're so focused on the traffic driving content. They see, it's easy to quantify traffic driven content. It's how many more followers do I have to my page. Um, it's harder to quantify brand building content. What's my engagement like? How do I bump that up? How do I understand, what converts and what doesn't convert? So this is a very important piece of content, because together with traffic driving content and brand building content, you get money. And I think I wanted to include this slide because this is so important. I know it just said money, but like, this slide is very important. We've seen it a million times. I've alluded to it earlier. 1 million followers does not equal $1 million. And I think a lot of people get that mixed up. And it's what hurts a lot of creators, is that they think they just need to hit 1 million followers, and then they're gonna, the Chase is gonna start calling and saying, hey, like, there must be some crazy activity because like you got like millions of dollars in the bank. That does not happen. And it's mainly because creators are focused on driving traffic and not turning that traffic into a loyal fan base that follows them, that knows them, um that engages with them, so that they can, monetize further off that traffic. Christina, I'll let you talk to your experience, but I've seen creators with 50,000 followers make more money than creators with 500,000 followers.
Oh, I've seen people with 10,000 followers making more than people with 500,000 followers, right?
Hmm.
It really just matters on, exactly all the points that you mentioned, and also really having that loyal fan base, and also being really privy to understanding how to monetize and really sell your brand, right? So it's both the combination of having that loyal fan base, but also understanding what are opportunities that I have available to me to be able to really monetize my account and take it to the next level. But you're right, it doesn't, followers is almost just a vanity metric these days. It's really about, the power that you put behind the account.
Exactly. Very much, in my opinion, a vanity metric, especially when it comes to TikTok. YouTube is a little bit different. We all know YouTube converts a little bit different. Same thing with Twitch and these other platforms. But because a lot of the majority of the creators in our Discord, in our community, are in TikTok, I really mainly want to speak to that platform right now. It does not convert. So, next, here we're gonna give you some actionable tips on how to build a engaged community. Followers, like I said, just follow. Members of an engaged community engage. They engage with the promos that you run. They engage with the t-shirt that you want to sell, the business you want to build, the inevitable hires that you want to make for your business. Like, they engage and help you grow your content, your business to the next level. So here's some actionable tips to building a community. Continue to drop those questions in the chat. Developer yourself said build trust, basically true. 100%. Senpai said very true. I'm glad you guys are vibing with what we're putting down. It's super important. But let's get into some of these tips. And the first one is focus on gauging the baseline for your community's level of engagement. We said this in a talk maybe a couple of weeks ago, but there's different, and I would go back to that talk to really understand like how to um, create that baseline and different strategies you could use to creating that baseline to understand your community's engagement level. But in a very quick sum up, there's different ways to do it. It could either be in a page strategy, which is like I'm gonna put out a t-shirt and see how many people buy. It could be I'm doing a brand deal and I want to see how many people convert. It could be I'm launching a new digital product that's for free and I want to see how many people go to it. There's different ways that you can gauge that baseline, but come up with that baseline and then you can move on to the next step, which is encouraging conversations and begin to have like bump engagement, whether it's on your YouTube channel, on your TikTok page, in your Twitch. Like, you would be surprised how many people stream to Twitch, but they're not engaging enough. Where a lot of followers or ghost followers come in and bump out. So now you bump engagement. Some actionable ways you could do that on TikTok. I know a lot of creators actually put a funny question, or some way to engage their audience either in the bio of the post itself or in the pinned comments. Just getting people talking. They same thing, do it on YouTube. Like, you might see it in terms of a YouTube video of like, comment down below what you think about this specific topic. That happens very naturally, and it's a very easy way to encourage your audience to converse with you, to engage with you, so that you can engage with them, which is pretty much the final step. It's engage with as many audience members as possible on a very consistent basis. You want them to know, not only that you care about them, but like you value them as a part of your community. And a community member feels valued when they output energy into the community and get stuff back. So if they're going to go the length to comment and to leave a like and to engage with your content, you need to reciprocate that energy, like, their comment, engage with their comment, write a reply that's beyond great or fun or thanks. Really engage with them. Show that brand that you are, that personality, and that's going to help you bump that engagement through the roof. And when it comes crunch time for you to either do a brand deal or you to put out, a piece of merch that you want to convert on and you to make a lot of money on, you'll have an engaged audience base that is going to help you really, make some money there. So, Christina, any final thoughts that you want to add to that? How can we engage people more? How can we engage our audiences more?
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it, right? It's like engagement breeds engagement.
Hmm.
Period. Right? It's like, and it's whole reciprocity, right? It's really powerful. If you engage with your following, if you engage with other creators, it's like that just brings back more opportunity for you because they're going to engage back on your content. And not only it builds loyalty, right? Because especially with the followers, they feel like as a creator, you actually care about their followers. There's a lot of creators that don't. That's a huge way of differentiating yourself. So absolutely engage with your following because that's going to keep them sticky. That's going to keep them engaging with your content and following and liking and viewing. And then other creators too, because, show that you have other creators' backs and they'll have your back. And that's also a great opportunity to dig into potential collabs, right? Collabs are huge in the creator community, and you can only do that through engaging with other folks. So yeah, I can't stress this enough. I totally agree with you, Kevin.
Yeah. All right, so we gonna wrap it up, and then I answer any of the questions you guys have. The Q&A is up next. You see it, drop it in the chat. Already have one question that I see. I'm dying to get to. So drop any questions you have in the chat. Um, but yeah, to recap, there's two types of audience traffic. There's traffic driving content, just gets you the eyeballs, gets you the fresh faces, and then there's brand driving content that gets those fresh faces, those new eyeballs to know who you are, and become acquainted and love your brand and become advocates. So make sure you're always building a community and not just a following. And that comes with creating a baseline of engagement, kickstarting conversations, and just outright going out and engaging with people all the time. And then when you're ready to monetize and take your content to the next level with a really engaged fan base, Infuse, us, we're the platform for that. We're a performance-based platform. We have some of the world's top deals from the world's best brands and amazing creators, who have engaged audiences, engaged fan bases to, help them, their fans are helping them make a full-time living, and on some of these deals their fans are even making money themselves, so it's a win-win for you and your audience. We just officially went live in the App Store, which about I know Kristina is ecstatic over the moon about, in July, and we have a wait list live right now. So if you go to the App Store, you type in Infuse Influencer, you'll see us apply, and we can't wait to to have you reach out to us and to learn more about how we can help you monetize your content, monetize your engaged community, and take this full time because we want every creator to go full time. But let's get into the questions. Like I said, drop them in the YouTube chat. Thank you for everybody that's here with us on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. But Kristina, first question from a face hidden in time. I want to ping it over to you.
Sure.
What platforms allow for the most diverse traffic driven content for small, fresh creators?
Which platform? Say that one more time.
Yeah, I kind of got what they said because I'm reading it. Like I read it like a couple of times. But what platforms are the best for small creators in terms of in terms of driving diverse traffic?
In terms of driving diverse traffic.
Hmm.
Interesting question, right? I would say, well, we definitely see a lot of diversity on YouTube, right? YouTube does drive a lot of diverse traffic because it's a search engine, right? So you can also say the same would go for something like a Pinterest, right? Now Pinterest tends to have certain audience demographics that are bigger on Pinterest versus other platforms, but I would say in terms of diversity of traffic, yeah, when you have work with platforms that are its own search engine, then you are going to drive a lot of diversity of traffic through those platforms. So I'd say we see a lot on YouTube, but still can't knock TikTok, right? Because
Hmm.
even though TikTok is not a search engine, its algorithm is very searchable, right? It's probably one of the best algorithms out there as far as social media platforms. So we are just seeing a huge wide range of, and I wouldn't necessarily call it, as much traffic as it is, just viewers and users on the platform versus you can consider YouTube more of a traffic source. Um, but you can definitely drive a lot of viewerships through different forms, through your followers, through your For You page, because it's definitely a For You page heavy platform versus a lot of the other social platforms that tend to rely more on their followers and subscribers.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think YouTube is definitely really good for brand driving content,
Mm,
and
right.
TikTok is very good for traffic, just eyeballs. Got some more questions coming in. Love these questions. Oh my God, we're super engaged today. I'm here for the energy, here for the energy.
Yes.
Um, Caitlin asked, how do you keep content quality high when putting out ads or promos?
Hmm.
Great
Yeah,
question.
it is a great question. It's always, and it's it's a simple but boring answer. It's always
Hmm.
quality over quantity, right? I think a lot of creators get in the habit of just trying to almost getting bored with the process, which I can understand that, right? And just churning content out. But the reality is it's much more beneficial to really focus on creating quality content that your audience is going to be genuinely excited about than just trying to push content out. And I always think of, if you're running into like a rut of what to create, um, what are people going to care about, right? Is it something that's entertaining? Is it something that's value driving? Is it something that's educational, right? Is it something that provides some kind of value to your audience? Because those are the posts that generally you're going to perform the best, especially on the ad side. And then also make it as organic as possible, right? It's like,
Hmm.
especially if you're driving an ad, if you're creating an ad, don't all of a sudden do something completely different than what you would normally do, and your audience is going to be like, "Oh, this is such an ad," right? Swipe, right? Create something that's really organic to what you would typically create, and try to really integrate that in. And then it's not going to seem like an ad, and your audience is going to engage with it just like as they normally would. So just be true to yourself.
For sure. One thing I want to add is, and I think a lot of creators get scared that their followers are going to run away once they do an ad. We
Mhm.
the don't it's not great to have the expectation that ads are going to perform as well, or if not better, than your native content. That's just not going to happen. It's very rare that that does happen. So do not be afraid to make an ad. If you normally do 100,000 views, that's your average on a TikTok video, and an ad does 50, that's okay. Like, ads are, nobody wants ads, so you're going to see drop off. Like, don't
Mhm.
be afraid, and don't think that once you've done an ad, that because it didn't hit the typical engagement that you've seen, that like it's over. Like, you can never do an ad again. Like, I think everybody in the ad industry, in the creator economy, understands that, like, and just in the world in general, ads don't convert as well as, you know native content. People just don't like watching ads. So be totally okay with the fact that your ad might be high quality, but might not be receiving the engagement that your typical native content receives. I hope that helps, Caitlin. A couple more questions coming in. Love it, love it. Mr. A. Franz, what's the best platform for discovery? I mean, I have the. I think we both kind of know the answer. Yeah, it's TikTok right now. For sure, it's TikTok, and I mean,
Goes back to
you,
that For You page, man. It's like
yeah.
For You page is strong, right? The
Hmm.
algorithm is strong on that one.
Yeah. I'm like, I would say a safe or a good number two, a safe number two is IG Reels. A lot of people in the Discord and the community have seen a lot of, like, I would say mixed reviews in terms of IG Reels, but genuinely, or that's probably not generally.
Generally.
Generally, I was like, that's not the right word. Generally, IG Reels has been like pretty decent for discovery. And if you want to like get testy, I think YouTube Shorts. You know,
True.
one of our OGs, Chris Hallback, that's in the Discord, has well above 2 million fans. Has seen a lot of great conversion at IG Reels. So totally a place to put your energy if you're willing to, test out a new platform.
Yeah.
Um,
And
uh,
I think also to
yeah.
piggyback off of that, Kevin, real quick, it's the nice thing about all these social media platforms copying off of TikTok essentially
Hmm.
is that you can repurpose that content on multiple platforms. So you can focus on TikTok if you want, because obviously the discoverability of that is fantastic. And then you can repurpose that content for IG Reels. You can repurpose that content for YouTube Shorts, and then you're taking advantage of the searchability of all these platforms, right? Shorts, like we mentioned, is a search. YouTube is a search engine, right? You're taking advantage of the diverse searchability on that platform. Instagram Reels is still, it's really trying to compete with TikTok, and it's trying to drive more searchability there. So even with TikTok being, I would say, the best from a discovery standpoint, it's like it's so great because now everyone's at a place where they can take advantage of all those platforms without necessarily adding a ton of time to their, content editing process.
Exactly. 100%. One more question. I think we'll be at time. Develop yourself says how to get the traffic driving content audience to be more of the brand building type. Okay. Get more engaged, I would say. I think this is a two-pronged approach, but I mean, in all actuality, you're making two styles of content. The best creators figure out how to blend traffic driving content with brand building content. Look at Mr. Beast. He knows how to get eyes, and what he gets eyes on is the stuff that is aligned with him. He
Mhm.
still does do things that are solely traffic driving and things that are solely brand building. So I would say an answer to that question is you got to create two different types of content. Traffic driving content that has some of your brand in it. But really is for the masses, is trying to get in front of large audiences, and then content just in terms of like, this is me, this is who I am, this is my personality, this is the kind of people that like I mesh well with, and that kind of content. It again, like, until you get really big and your brand drives the traffic, which is what Mr. Beast is, you just have to do them separately. That's just my call. Christina, what do you think?
Yeah, you're right. You do have to focus on both, right? And it seems right. Why would you want to do focus on both? You're trying to build a brand, but they go hand in hand, right?
Hmm.
Traffic driving and brand building, it all goes hand in hand together. So really focusing on both as you develop and become a bigger creator, right? Your focus can evolve and change a little bit due to the fact that the brand, like Mr. Beast is a great example of someone who has just incredible brand awareness in the market, right? Someone who he is his own brand, well-known brand. So over time, right, your content strategy can absolutely evolve as you evolve as a creator. But you're right. I think doing a combination of the two is actually going to help support you with more brand building.
Yeah. All right, that's all we have. Great. Thank you guys for all your questions. We were super engaged on this Tuesday. I'm
Love it.
glad people were here. Like, please ask more questions. We do these educational sessions every Tuesday at 4 p.m. So please come. We're just dropping knowledge. We really want everybody. Yeah, we really want everyone to grow and monetize their brands. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Discord. My name's Kevin, Club Infuse Manager. Reach out to Christina, send us an email at Infuse Influencer, hop on our socials. There's plenty of places to find. Just even liking and dropping a comment on our social here on YouTube is really helpful. So thank you guys for all being here. Christina, always a great time vibing
Oh,
with you on these Tuesdays.
always.
Um, and you guys have a great rest of your day. And let's make some content. Let's grow.
Do it. Let's do
All
it.
right. All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye, everyone.